turning plastic waste to currency and empowering communities. To tell us more is the founder and chairman of Plastic Bank, David Katz. David, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Rico. Beautiful to be here.
Tell us more about the Plastic Bank. How are you transforming plastics into a form of currency?
Well, let's live in the consideration that if every piece of packaging, every sachet, bottle, every piece of plastic that we ever saw was easily exchangeable, redeemable for $5, how many would we still see flowing into the ocean? No, the answer would be none. And so really, inside of that, we see it's not the plastic that's the problem, it's us. It's the way we've been viewing the material.
Yeah.
And inside of that lies the solution. We recognize as well that most plastic that is entering the ocean is coming from areas of poverty. 80% of land-based material is coming from those areas where there is no solid waste management system. We have conditions of poverty, and we have the conditions that keep us from recycling that material.
And how are you collecting all of this plastic? Especially the Philippines is a sachet and bottle economy.
It is. We empower local communities. Around the world, we have about 600 communities and vulnerable coastal communities that collect the material. We empower individual collectors to collect and exchange that material as a currency. Collect material, and through a blockchain-based banking application, exchange it for the things you need the most, from hard currency, provide a space for school tuition or medical insurance or cell phone minutes or Wi-Fi, cooking fuel in some areas, immediately transactable through a banking application. And long term, that person who lives in poverty, who's never had the ability to borrow money, has the ability to earn a credit score or a reliability rating so they can immediately borrow against the material that they've collected, banking the unbanked using plastic and other materials as a currency.
It's not only a partnership with the communities, with the coastal communities, but also with the companies that manufacture this plastic, David.
It needs to be. It's true. Last year, the Philippines enacted the EPR law, initiating a process for companies with more than 100 million pesos in assets, the responsibility to be stewards of the material they're putting in the environment, creating the schemes, the needed programs to ensure recyclability of the material and the return of the material as well. Those companies like Coca-Cola, one of our partners, or Watson's, or Filusa here in the Philippines, partnering with us to create the ecosystems, to build the communities, to collect more members in the collection.
What about education? Promoting the Plastic Bank and for people to really turn in those plastic bottles and turn them into currencies and give them back to the community. This has to be done.
Part of our programming includes schools where we teach children to teach their parents. And the school becomes a collection location as well. So instead of looking at the material as waste or throwing it in the river, they're encouraged to bring it to the school. And the child can learn as well that by stewarding the environment, poverty can leave the family. Education is a profound need in all of this.
And what about individuals like myself and our viewers of The Final Word who want to help and give back? What can we do? What can be our responsibility?
I think the responsibility ultimately lies in the consuming behavior. Because every time you buy something, you vote for it. And if you're buying for something that is overpackaged or unneeded, or you take a piece of plastic that is used for a second, you're ultimately voting for that to be produced again and again. So I think it begins quickly with the knowing that you as a consumer are a part of either the solution or the pollution.